Some must-know, beginner-friendly fingerstyle patterns. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello friends, and welcome back to Swiftlessons for another fingerstyle guitar tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be breaking down some very beginner-friendly Travis or folk style patterns over a 1, 6, 5 progression in the key of C major. So that would be C major, A minor, and G major. Now we're going to get started talking about basic technique, how to position your fingers for folk style patterns. Then we're going to get into the basic pattern, the outside-inside pattern, which is essentially the foundation for some of your favorite fingerstyle tunes. From there, we're going to embellish all of that and learn a complete Travis style routine for your week of practice. I got a full tab at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You can become a member there and gain access to a ton of extra resources for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons. Now, let's get started. Okay, close look at the fretboard and also my pick in hand, getting started with section 1 of this lesson, Travis style finger positions. So whenever you're learning a fingerstyle tune, it's very good to more or less have your fingers designated to specific strings. So the basic approach is that your thumb is going to control the low strings E, A, and D, and your index, middle, and ring fingers are designated to the G, B, and the high E strings. Now, there are times where you're going to veer away from these rules, but generally this is the basic approach to fingerstyle guitar, especially in the folk genre. So a great way to get started is just to grab yourself a C major chord, 3rd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, 1st fret of the B string, that garden variety C major, and just practice going down the line. The A string, the D string, the G string, B string, and the high E string. Great way to build up your dexterity. You can go ascending and descending. Okay, so take some time with that if you're an absolute beginner with fingerstyle guitar. Build up your chops, develop your muscle memory, and your finger dexterity. Okay, so trusting that you have taken the time to work through that basic arpeggio, and that your fingers have gotten over that awkward stage of not really being able to move independently, we can jump into section 2 of this lesson, the outside-inside pattern. So this is a very beginner-friendly pattern. It can be applied to any set of 4 strings within a given chord. So let's apply it to our 1, 6, 5 progression. Again, that's C major, A minor, and G major. And we're also going to learn to adjust for a chord like this G major chord that's rooted off of the E string. Demonstrating this very basic pattern, it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so like I said, very, very basic, just something that you can do with any 4 strings within a given chord, starting with the root note. So I take my C major chord, and I'm going to use my thumb to pluck the root note, my middle finger to pluck the B string, then I'm going to go inside. So I already went outside, now I'm going to go into the inside strings, D and G, with my thumb and index. So that's the outside-inside pattern. Outside, inside, outside, inside. Okay? And if you do it twice, then you've completed an entire measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can apply the same thing to an A minor chord. Just take your ring finger, put it on the G string, 2nd fret. Then, if you move to a chord like G major, the root note is going to be on the low E string. The rest of the pattern will stay the same. Okay, so now my thumb is on the low E string. I go back to the B, and then it's going to be D, G, just like it was before. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. Okay, you put all that together, and we had the C major chord. A minor, the G major, and then return back to the C major chord, just like that. So that's a very good first routine for you to practice if you're a beginner fingerstyle guitarist. Okay, excellent work everybody. Now we're jumping into our third and final section, learning the basic Travis pattern, which is essentially just a variation to the outside-inside pattern which you have just learned. The difference, we're going to be adding in the element of a double pluck on the first beat, and this can include the root note and any treble note inside the chord. First, a demonstration. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, Okay, breaking that down, starting with the C major chord, we're essentially taking the first two notes of your outside-inside pattern and putting them together on beat number 1. Okay, so instead of outside or one end, we're playing one end. Then on beat number 2, we're going to play inside the chord, the D string and the G string. So, double, inside, and then once you get to the second half of the measure, it's just outside, inside. So recite that over and over again. Double, inside, outside, inside. Play that over and over again, get it into your muscle memory, play it more than you feel like you have to. That's really the key to being able to master something like this. Okay, so once more on the C major chord, double, inside, outside, inside. Now a very common technique is for the next measure to feature a different note in your double pluck. So starting off this measure, let's pluck the high E string with the bass note on the A string. So double, inside, outside, inside. Now the same can be done on the A minor chord, double with the B string, inside, outside, inside, then double with the high E string, double, inside, outside, inside. Moving to the G major chord, we already know how to adjust for our root note. We're going to play double, inside, outside, inside, then include the high E string as well, double, inside, outside, inside, and return back to the C major chord for a double, inside, outside, inside, double, double, C. Now, what I just ended with is a very common folk style end-in, just taking a C, G, C chord change. Grabbing the A string and the B string first, moving to the G chord, E string and B string, and then strumming the C major chord all the way through. Okay, you put all that together real slow now. We have the C major chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and double. Inside, outside, inside, double. Inside, outside, inside, double. To the G chord with the high E, and back to C. Inside, outside, inside, double, double, C. For a beginner-friendly fingerstyle routine. Alright friends, thanks so much for checking out this beginner-friendly fingerstyle lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to my supporters at patreon.com/Swiftlessons. I hope you're enjoying your extra resources. Thanks to you guys, I've got many more lessons coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.